when SIB started in KEPSA, I kept thinking, are we going to go, how far are we going to go? And I'm thinking we're on the third sustainability conference, and every year it's been great work, great improvement, and and just seeing a lot of the private sector join hands in this whole agenda. And I really, really want to say it's been a pleasure just hosting SIB as part of, in KEPSA Foundation, as part of the work of sustainability. With continued partnership with different stakeholders, we've achieved remarkable results in promoting sustainable inclusive business. And through the first and second conferences, workshops, and roundtables, we've managed to create awareness to about 2,000 businesses. And if I just mention, that's just the tip of the iceberg. We represent more than 500,000 companies in KEPSA, so we really have a lot of work to do. But we are grateful that the journey has begun. We've equally engaged the 20 influencers to help accelerate sustainable and inclusive business practices. The influencers are business leaders, experienced in sustainability, and I think most of them, you can see their logos up here, and others, and inclusiveness drawn from various sectors of the economy. As KEPSA, we've taken the driver's seat, and we are walking the talk, promoting sustainable and inclusive business. We really do, apart from partnering with the MVO Netherlands on SIB, on the issue of the SDGs, it's an area that we are really, really playing a big role and working especially with government and looking at all the private sector areas in the 17 SDGs and saying what is our role and really looking at that. And especially SDG 17, where it's all about partnerships and saying we need to partner with all the different partners to make sure that we achieve the SDGs. We do not want to look back like with the MDGs and say we only accomplished maybe 2 or 3. But we did play a role. For us, the whole issue of youth and unemployment, we ran a very, very big program with the partnership of the World Bank then, and that was really successful. And we did even get an award for MDGs. But we're looking at SDGs very differently, and we're saying for all the 17, what shall we have achieved? And as private sector, and we want to really drive that agenda. We've also championed the better business practices for children, and I can see Gloria has just walked in. She's one of the trustees who's really been running that agenda to promote the establishment of lactation centers within businesses. Many times people accuse business to say, you only do business, you make profits, and you run. But we've said, no, business in the 21st century does what we call the triple-down effect. You know, it's all about the economics, which is profits, because you need to be sustainable. It's the social side and the environment side. And that's really where we are pushing all our members to participate. Equally important, we've been part of the solutions in addressing social challenges of our economy. I mentioned about the youth program we run with World Bank. Now we've partnered with the Rockefeller Foundation and the Ministry of ICT, and we're running what we call the Ajira Digital Project, which promotes decent work and economic growth for young people. We're also very involved in the whole environment agenda. We've been part of the task force that has just completed the work with the Ministry of Environment. But beyond that, what we've recommended from the task force, we are participating in 2 things. One, with the launch of the whole big tree planting with the President next on 12th of May, and we are mobilizing our members to contribute into that so that we really can participate and get back our forests and our greenery around the country back to what it used to be. But beyond that special occasion, what we're doing, we're going to be running under the foundation a tree planting for the private sector. Our private sector are distributed all across the country. And so we want to be able to get them to engage wherever they are and continue to tree planting until we say, you know, can we move from the 2%, 1% tree coverage to at least 10% of the coverage of our land. And a lot of that, I mean, you can see with all the floods that are happening, some of that is because we've really eroded our environment. So that's part of what we are also doing around the environment. Last month, I did have the pleasure to attend the Commonwealth Business Forum alongside a representative of the SIB Kenya. And at the forum, businesses were really, really challenged to cut down on waste, environmental pollution, and become people-focused in their innovation and product design, create opportunities for the young, and enable responsible business practices. And so that's really where we'll be also focusing our businesses. As we look at investors coming into this country, we just don't want them to come and invest and create jobs. We really want them to be responsible businesses and to really look at our sustainability. So I'd like to challenge the businesses in Kenya, those who are represented here and elsewhere, to begin looking at ways they could do business more responsibly by cutting down on waste. If we really just cut down on waste, we did energy efficiency and all that, being environmentally conscious and focus on the people within and without our businesses. You know, how we trash, how we just run our businesses will really make a difference. Apart from reminding ourselves on sustainable inclusive business, the third sustainable conference will act as a platform for sharing our experiences, sharing lessons from our experiences, and making policy recommendations for frameworks for sustainable inclusiveness. Again, as KEPSA, part of our mandate is really to recommend policies to government on different areas. And so this is an area that we want to take up and really be focused and say, how do you work with, which are the right policies that government should adopt around sustainability? We are going to launch the measurement tools for sustainable inclusive business practice, plus impact on SDGs 50 partners, plus goals. This will help accelerate inclusive business in target agribusiness sectors and industries, enabling them to produce, transform, and supply quality food products at local, national markets, including bottom of the pyramid, which we call the BOP consumers. The tool will be used to strengthen the capacity of smallholder farmers and SMEs to accelerate the impact of their value chain and the lives of the local community. And so as I finish, we look forward to your continued commitment and support and to sustain and include inclusive business practices, taking note that we need to safeguard our environment for our future generations. We can only achieve this if we have a shared vision by working together. And I also want to really encourage other development partners to take the cue from the Netherlands. And let's work together to achieve this goal. Thank you very much.